So this is a Goudey mixer break. So 100 cards. Every spot gets a card. We sold 99 of them and gave one away. So congrats to Patty Justice for winning that free spot. Um, always 3 ways to enter well, not always, but most of the time 3 ways to enter. Facebook, Twitter, and as long as I remember to post to Instagram, you can enter there as well. We put a limit of 10 spots on this one just to make sure we got a lot, uh, a fair amount of participants. So should be good fun. Of course, our 2 key cards are the 2 Babe Ruths, the 144 and the 149, and lots of fun graded cards, and overall really nice selection of Goudey Commons. So they're in pretty decent shape. So I pulled some of the nicer ones to show on the broadcast as well. And so what we'll do is this checklist was on the listing. This is the checklist we'll use for the break. So we've got 100 spots and 100 names in this list here. So we'll randomize the list 3 times. After that 3rd time, we'll take the randomized list and paste it right next to that checklist that matches what was on the listing. So whoever's name comes out of the randomizer first gets Pie Trainer. Whoever's name comes out 8th gets Al Simmons, and whoever's name comes out 55th will get the 144 Ruth. Whoever's name comes out 58th will get the 149 Ruth. So that's how we'll do that. Now we won't show every card on the break since there are only 100. We will read through all the names, because hey, everybody's getting a Goudey card, and that's pretty cool. And so everybody will see which ones they get, and then I'll show the ones that are bolded on the broadcast, and then I'll get the list sorted so you can reference it later if you like by participant. And yeah, that's about it. After this wraps up, we do have some personal breaks of Prism basketball. So if you want to get in on those, feel free to do that during the random. We've also got some Topps Chrome update, some Prism from last year. If you're into modern cards at all, or if baseball's your thing, we've got box of Bowman Draft Sapphire, which is some pretty cool new release that Topps did this year. But without any further ado, we'll get started. And again, we'll randomize the list of names 3 times, so we'll get that copied. Pasted, and good luck everybody. So here's random number 1, number 2, oh, I missed, number 2, and number 3. Whoops, missed it. There we go. All right, we'll copy that and paste it right next to this checklist. Make this a little smaller so we don't reveal too much at once. Have a little drama. So the Pie Trainer goes to Derek Peaster. There's the trainer. PSA 2 on Old Pie. Love the 33 Goudey card, just absolutely iconic. Second up, Chalmer Chisel goes to Angelo Torreo. George Connolly goes to Jonathan Morrissey. Dick Bartell goes to Jim Guskos. Frank Hogan goes to John Dobe. Make sure our numbers are lined up all along. Sorry, John. No free spot for you this time, man. It's especially on these where you've got pictures of Babe Ruth up. We get a lot more action on the giveaways, so I think we had, between the 3 platforms, I think we had like almost 200 entries, which is pretty cool. But not very good odds. Ralph Kress goes to Bobby Hilo. Bob O'Farrell goes to Jim Guskos. Al Simmons is the next hit we'll look at, and that goes to Jeffrey Gahn. I just realized this is kind of small, so I apologize for that. Let me get it where it's a little bit more legible. All right, but here's the Simmons. Again, PSA 2 here on Al. Artwork really exemplifies the era. 239 cards in the normal set, so lots of good options, lots of Hall of Famers, some good, if you think one Babe Ruth's good, 4 Babe Ruth cards in the 33 Goudey set. So very, very fun set to build, very expensive, so it's cool to do mixer breaks like this where you got kind of a 2 out of 100 shot at hitting a Ruth. All right, we got Mancuso goes to Mike Glasser. Fonseca goes to Jim Goosekos. We got Bottomley goes to Russell Gomes. Bottomley, PSA 3. Really nice image clarity on this Bottomley. Nice clean card all around. We got McManus goes to James DeLong. Brandt goes to James DeLong. Grimm goes to John Dobe. Kramer goes to Michael Pierce. Malone goes to Jeffrey Carlson. We got Horace Lisenby goes to James Hop. So one of the nicer cards in the break, PSA 4 example. Oops, looks like I highlighted the wrong one because I pulled Komorski here, so that goes to Kevin O'Malley. Komorowski, I mean. Again, cards from the 30s with the print style is just some of my, or they actually are my absolute favorites. Then Jack Quinn goes to Jim Goosekos. Got Clyde Mannion goes to Michael Pierce, and really nice raw example, but you're not going to find many better than that in the wild that haven't been graded yet. We've got Sam Jones goes to Matt Pottle. DeBrell Williams goes to Kevin Bear. Glenn Spencer goes to Bobby Hilo. Heaney Sand goes to Jim Goosekos. We got Tot goes to Bill Floyd. Rolling goes to Jim Goosekos. We got Tris Speaker goes to James DeLong. There's the Speaker. SGC 3 example on this one. Then we got Jess Petty goes to James DeLong. Zachary goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Walker goes to Bill Floyd. Crowder goes to Nathan Shelton. Morrissey goes to Mike Wolf. Berger goes to Jason McLean. Cuccinello goes to Jeffrey Carlson. George Ewell goes to Rich Anton. Richard Kaufman goes to Bill Floyd. Travis Jackson goes to John Dobe. PSA 3 on the Jackson. Then we got Joe Cool goes to Dana Canterbury. Oswald Blug goes to John Dobe. We got Luke Sewell goes to Jeffrey Gahn. And And there's Patty's free spot coming in for Eddie Morgan. A very cool hit for you, Patty. Got Val Piccinich goes to Joseph. Reynolds goes to Jim Guskos. Walter Stewart goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Alvin Crowder goes to Jim Guskos. Earl Whitehill goes to John St. Martin. So the Whitehill's graded as well. PSA 3. And a very nice looking PSA 3. Very minor paper wrinkle, I'm sure, that I can't see without a loop at least. But very nice clean card. We've got Joe Moore goes to Michael Pierce. Fitzsimmons goes to Kevin Bear. Frank House goes to Jim Guskos. Woody English goes to Nathan Shelton. Ram goes to Jason Shepard. And Red Lucas goes to Jason Shepard. Like the maroon background here on the Lucas. And we're rolling up on the Ruths soon, so everybody hold your breath. Just a few cards away. We've got Ben Cantwell goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Glenn Wright goes to Terry Kranz. And then the 144 batting Ruth will be up next. Of course, these are low grade. Missing the borders, but nice image nonetheless. Still fantastic card to add to your collection for the price of $60 a spot. And that goes to John St. Martin. So congrats, John, hitting the Ruth 144. And then we got Walter Stewart goes to Angelo Torreo. Got Eddie Farrell goes to John Dobe. And the next Ruth will be right here. Got the 149, which is a red background. So, of course, these were peeled out of a scrapbook, looks like, but very cool card nonetheless. And the Ruth goes to Ettore Siafe. Congrats. Very nice hit. So there is a George Herman Babe Ruth for you. We've got Culp goes to James DeLong. Taylor goes to Bill Floyd. Meyer goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Judge goes to Paul Ron. McFadden goes to Michael Newman. Sporer goes to Bill Dolbow. Leo Mangum goes to Randy Jones. Luke Sewell goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Al Thomas goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Harry McCurdy goes to Marco. Charlie Jameson goes to Jamin Castleman. And Billy Hargrave goes to Kevin Bear. So nice example on the Hargrave. Also wanted to show some cool things. If you're ever looking at raw Goudeys and something catches your eye on the back, I want to show that to you in case you're not super familiar with them. But nice Hargrave there. And again, folks, if just because you hit a common doesn't mean it's worthless. Floor on these, I'd expect some of those in good condition are worth, 15, 18 bucks, depending on which one you hit. And some of these nicer ones can still get you half your entry fee back. So tough to get these Goudeys in nice mid-grade shape. But as you can see down here, the little red residue that it's not bleeding through from the front. When these cards were printed, they were stacked on top of each other in sheets, and a lot of times the ink from the sheet underneath transferred to the back. So some of them will be really minor, like this, while others, like the next card we'll look at, the Charlie Berry, you can even see the outline of Berry, which is pretty cool. I like the wet sheet transfers. Um, Fun little feature. You don't see that very often on many reprints or forged cards, so if you see that, pretty good indication that you're looking at an authentic card, but of course other methods for checking those as well. But nice card there for you, Kevin. We've got Roscoe Holm goes to Paul Ron. Ogden goes to John Dobe. Howley goes to Anthony Portillo. John Ogden goes to James DeLong. Warner goes to Jim Guskos. Eddie Moore goes to Mark O. George Wahlberg goes to Dustin Norton. Charlie Berry goes to Joseph Cerullo. So here's the Berry I was just showing you. So you can see you got the image on the front that you can see mirrored on the back. Another telltale sign on the fakes is on the printing, especially on the Big League Chew section down here. It'll line up too perfectly because these were, again, sheet printed with different color passes. So you can see where the red got a little high right there. And so those are all good signs if you're looking for an authentic card. All right, so Schultz goes to Matt Pottle. Fred Schultz goes to Jonathan Morrissey. Chapman goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Ever Swanson goes to Dana Canterbury. Mahaffey goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Jack Burns goes to James DeLong. Nice bold image here on Burns. I don't know if he was sunburned or blushing, or if he was just red-faced, but sorry about bumping the camera there, but there's Jack. Then we've got Jackson Stevenson goes to Ettore Siafe. Right, we do have another 6 or so hits we'll look at, 4 graded cards, as we wrap up the last 14 cards in the break. We've got Bernie James goes to Mike Glasser. Adams goes to Chris Marzullo. John Kerr goes to Randy Jones. Russell Van Atta goes to Joseph Cerullo. And then we've got Vernon Lefty Gomez goes to Bill Floyd, PSA 3. So nice hit for you, like the lefty. And Bill, good time to get your name twice in a row. So when you got 2 Hall of Famers back to back. So Frank Crissetti also goes to Bill, and PSA 4 on the Crissetti. There you have it. Then Farrell goes to James DeLong. Dale Alexander goes to Dustin Norton. Frank DeMarie goes to Brooks Raleigh. Like the kind of pastel colors on this card, so I thought I'd pull it out. Also looks like he's got a giant hand, which is kind of funny. But I think that's just the perspective of the image. Right, Bill Herman up next goes to James DeLong, PSA 3 on the Herman. Then we've got Archie Vaughn goes to Russell Gomes. There is the Archie, PSA 3 on Old Floyd. And then Joe Moore goes to Derek Peaster. In that red background. Makes a nice bold image, and you've got your old school glove very prominently displayed. I just like that card. We'll wrap up the break with Vergez goes to Jason Shepard. Fred Fitzsimmons goes to Joseph Cerullo. And George Davis goes to Anthony Portillo. All right, so that'll do it for the Goudey mixer break.